inspiration. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Now do it again. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. And then we're going to go right to the top of the page again. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, that's right. The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namah. The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you. And you and I are one. Namaste. Namaste.
Good morning. Namaste. I'm John Lopez, and I am your practitioner this morning. And so the practitioners are the healing arm of our center. If there's anything that you would like treatment for, please fill out a prayer card over on our prayer table over there. Put it in our box, and we will do treatment for you all this week. And so, speaking of treatment, please join me now in our opening invocation. Knowing that there is only God, everywhere equally present, filling all space, and filling this sanctuary, and filling, living, moving, and expressing as each and every one of us here this morning. I know, declare, and affirm that today's service is already perfect, whole, and complete, with everything and everyone working together in perfect oneness. As I light our service candle, knowing that it represents the light within each one of us here. So my reading this morning is from this month's Science of Mind magazine, and it is taken from the daily guides, and this one is actually for today, August 25th. It's entitled, Keep Your Relationships Vibrant. And it starts with two quotes. Forgive others, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. The second quote, that first one is by Jonathan Lockwood Huey. The second quote is from Ernest Holmes, Words That Heal Today. Forgiveness is unconditional, or it is not forgiveness at all. Being able to forgive is a crucial element in every healthy relationship. No matter how compatible two people may be, there will be times when one partner acts in ways that go against the other's desires or expectations. It's not realistic to hold that any two people will always be in sync, meeting one another's every expectation. When a partner or a close friend violates the other's expectations, what results is a breach of trust. The loss of trust can pose a serious threat to any relationship. The struggle that ensues can initiate a downward spiral, which can lead to the demise of the relationship. Because we all make missteps, being able to work through such problems is essential to maintaining any healthy relationship. Essentially, forgiveness requires letting go of hurt feelings, releasing any sense of wrongdoing, and focusing on reestablishing intimacy and connection, which are at the foundation of every healthy, intimate relationship. To free themselves from the burden of distrust, both partners must be sincerely willing to forgive themselves and one another, change their behavior, and focus on the value of their loving and meaningful relationship. When this happens, a relationship can stand the test of time and overcome human frailties. And that guide was written back in 2018 by Dr. John Waterhouse. And the closing affirmation is, my relationships are reflections of my consciousness, and I am committed to keeping them healthy and whole. Thank you. Namaste. So I take our candle and hold the high watch for you.
This is a song that has been through several evolutions, but it just feels appropriate after what John read to us today. It's not our normal, joyful, chipper take on things. It's a song that I wrote in 2021 called Perfect. Walk through the flame. Got a burning desire to find someone to blame for all of your hatred and all of your greed. Take all the pain you push down and push it back on me. Tried so long, tried so hard to right these wrongs. I played all my cards, you broke my heart. How was I to know you were gonna go? I was too blind to see. Biggest fool was me. Wish I could be perfect in your eyes, 'cause you're lost in mine. Perfect in your eyes, searching for a sign. Perfect in your eyes, fighting through the lies. the strain, struggling within, trying to break the chain. Haunted by memories, drowning in need. The castle that you tore down, swept away with the sea. Is it any surprise to know? Gotta let you go. Wish I could be perfect in your eyes, 'cause you're lost in mine. Perfect in your eyes, searching for a sign. Perfect in your eyes, fighting through the lies. Run through the fire, walk through the flame. Got a burning desire to find someone to blame for all of your hatred and all of your greed. Take all the pain you push down and push it back on me. Thank you.
And good morning. We're continuing our theme, cultivating a truly welcome here. And while I'm not using the same themes or topics as home office, as material from field ministers, I am using their ideas and concepts. Just kind of doing it my way. And this whole, thank you. And this whole month has asked us to look deeply to see how we can relate more closely with others. We've looked at how spiritual bypassing might have kept us from connecting with somebody else. That's like saying, well, it's all in divine order when somebody's crying. Completely shuts off that conversation. We've looked at where we might be holding prejudices, where we might even unconsciously be othering people or groups of people, creating a consciousness of us and them. So you are my family, so I know that we are the most spiritually inclusive community on the planet. And I'm singing to the choir. Actually, I'm not singing. You don't want that. But this week's topic is about disabilities. So I've chosen as our topic, cultivating a culture of dignity. And I want to begin with a story. It's long. I hope I can get through it without crying, and I hope when I'm through that you will be crying. It went viral quite a few years ago, and there's many versions of it. So I did some research and found the one that seemed to be the original story. In Brooklyn, New York, Tush is a school that caters to learning disabled children. Some children remain in Tush for their entire school careers, while others can be mainstreamed into conventional Jewish middle and high schools. At a Tush fundraising dinner, the father of a Tush child delivered a speech. And after extolling this school and its dedicated staff, he cried out, "Where is the perfection in my son Shia? Everything that God does is done with perfection, but my child cannot understand things as other children do. My child cannot remember facts and figures as other children do. Where is God's perfection?" The audience was shocked by the question, pained by the father's anguish, and stilled by his piercing query. "I believe," the father answered, "that when God brings a child into this world, brings a child like this one, like my child, into the world, the perfection that he seeks is in the way people react to that child." And here is his story. One Sunday afternoon, Shia and his father came to Darche Torah Yeshiva, the school Shia would be going to if he were able. His classmates were playing baseball. The game was in progress, and as Shia and his father made their way towards the ball field, Shia said, "Dad, do you think you could get me into the game?" Shia's father knew that he was not at all athletic, and most boys would not want him on their team. But Shia's father understood that if his son was chosen, it would give him a comfortable sense of belonging. Shia's father approached one of the boys in the field and asked, "Do you think my Shia could get into the game?" The boy looked around for guidance from his teammates, and getting none, he took matters into his own hands. "We are losing by 6 runs, and the game is already in the 8th inning. I guess he can be on our team, and I'll try to put him up to bat in the 9th inning. Shia's father was ecstatic, as Shia smiled broadly. Shia was told to put on a glove and go out to play short center field, a position that exists only in softball. But there were no protests from the opposing team. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Shia's team scored a few runs, but were still behind by 3. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Shia's team scored again, and now, with 2 outs and the bases loaded and the potential winning run on base, Shia was scheduled to be up. But the team actually let Shia have his place at bat and give away their chance to win the game. Surprisingly, Shia was told to take a bat and try to get a hit. Everybody knew that it was all but impossible. Shia didn't know how to hold the bat properly, let alone hit with it. However, as Shia stepped up to the plate, the pitcher moved in a few steps to lob the ball softly so that Shia could at least be able to make contact. The first pitch came in, and Shia swung clumsily and missed. One of Shia's teammates came up to Shia, and together they held the bat and faced the pitcher for the next pitch. The pitcher again took a few steps forward to toss the ball softly toward Shia. As the next pitch came in, Shia and his teammates swung the bat together, and together they hit a slow ground ball to the pitcher. The pitcher picked up the soft grounder, and could easily have thrown the ball to the first baseman. Shia would have been out, and that would have ended the game. Instead, the pitcher took the ball and threw it on a high arc to right field, far beyond the first baseman's reach. Everyone started yelling, "Shia, run to first, run to first." Never in his life had Shia run to first. He scampered down the baseline, wide-eyed and startled. By the time he reached first base, the right fielder had the ball. He could have thrown it to the second baseman, who would tag out Shia, who was still running. But the right fielder understood what the pitcher's intentions were. So he threw the ball high and far over the third baseman's head as everyone yelled, "Shia, run to second, run to second." Shia ran towards second base as the runners ahead of him deliriously circled the bases towards home. As Shia reached the second base, the opposing shortstop ran towards him, turns him toward the direction of third base, and shouted, "Shia, run to third." As Shia rounded third, the boys from both teams ran behind him, screaming, "Shia, run home, run home." Shia ran home, stepped on home plate, and all 18 boys lifted him on their shoulders and made him the hero, as he had just hit the grand slam and won the game for his team. That day, said Shia's father, tears glistening, those 18 boys reached their level of perfection. They showed that it is not only those who are talented that should be recognized, but also those who have less talent. They too are human beings. They too have feelings and emotions. They too are people. They too want to feel important. You know, what I love about this story is that not only one team was willing to sacrifice the game by letting Shia play, but the opposing team came to that same conclusion. Had one team won and one team lost, that game would have been forever forgotten. But what those boys did that day will stay in their hearts forever. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, says compassion and caring are the ties that bind us together in mutual understanding and in the unified attempt to uncover the divinity in each other. Compassion is the most gentle of all human virtues, for it is the outpouring of the divine givingness through all. During the Democratic convention, I watched as Vice President nominee Doug Waltz's 17-year-old son stood proudly with tears in his eyes, his hand extended, and you could read the words, "That's my dad." I didn't know until later that Gus has ADHD along with a nonverbal learning disorder and an anxiety disorder. And according to a recent article in People magazine, Tim and his wife Gwen said they never considered Gus's condition an obstacle. They said, it's like so many American families, it took us time to figure out how to make sure we did everything so that Gus would be set up for success as he was growing up. It took time, but what became so immediately clear to us was that Gus's condition is not a setback, it's his secret power. Zoe Gross, director of the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, said, when public figures are open about their experiences with disability or those of their family, that can lead to more people to feel comfortable disclosing their own disabilities or talking about their family's experiences. That's helpful, she said, because in order to talk about the needs of the disability community, we need to be comfortable discussing disability as a society, just as we talk about the needs of any marginalized population. Each and every one of us here, I know, respect all people, and we want to be especially gentle with those who do have disabilities. But we need to also be careful that we are not unconsciously othering those individuals. The material from the field minister asks, notice your first thought when you see someone who is disabled or differently abled. Do you automatically assume that their life is harder than yours? Do you pity them for the life that they lead? Do you assume that they must need extra support to live and navigate the world? If so, they say, begin to gently challenge those thoughts and ideas. Shift the assumptions and stereotypes that you have learned. Every person is a unique individual and with a unique experience, and we all deserve to be seen through the lens of spiritual wholeness. So I read a whole bunch this week about disabilities and people with disabilities. And some of them are rather funny. A blind man said that he was ready to cross the street. He knew where he was. He heard the chirp from the streetlight. And suddenly someone came from the back and put both arms around him. Startled, he asked, "What are you doing?" And the man replied, "I'm helping you across the street." The man, in his effort to be of service, not only threw the blind man off balance, but offended him because he hadn't asked for help, nor did he need it. So I thought I'd share some of the common courtesies that I found online. Don't feel obligated to act as a caregiver to people with disabilities. Offer assistance, but wait until your offer is accepted before you help, and listen to any instructions that person may give. Leaning on a person's wheelchair is similar to leaning or hanging on a person. It is considered annoying and rude. The chair is part of one's personal body space. Don't hang on it. Share the same social courtesies with people with disabilities that you would share with someone else. If you shake hands with people you meet, offer your hand to everyone you meet, regardless of disability. If the person is unable to shake your hand, it will be made known to you. When offering assistance to a person with a visual impairment, allow that person to take your arm. This will enable you to guide rather than propel or lead that person. And use specific directions, such as left 100 feet or right 2 yards, when directing a person with a visual impairment. When speaking about people with disabilities, emphasize achievements, abilities, and individual qualities. Portray them as they are in real life, as parents, employees, business owners. When talking to a person who has a physical disability, speak directly to that person, not through a companion. For people who communicate through sign language, speak to them, not to the interpreter. To get the attention of a person who has a hearing loss, tap them on the shoulder or wave. Look directly at that person and speak clearly, slowly, and expressively to establish if they read lips. Not all people with hearing loss can read lips, but those who do rely on facial expressions and body language for understanding. Stay in the light and keep food, hands, and other objects away from your mouth. When talking to a person who uses a wheelchair for more than a few minutes, place yourself at the eye level with that person. This will spare you both a sore neck. When greeting a person with significant loss of vision, always identify yourself and others. For example, you might say, "On my right is John Smith." For most of us, these are common sense tips that will help deepen our interaction with a disabled person. And also, what goes without saying is that the worth of that person is in no way lessened by that disability. According to our teaching, every person is an individualization of the one spirit, regardless of physical or mental abilities. Wholeness is not determined by physical conditions, but by recognizing the inherent spiritual essence within everyone. Disabilities and differences should be understood as unique expressions of the one spirit, and physical or mental conditions do not limit a person's worth or spiritual potential. A shop owner placed a sign above his door that said, "Puppies for sale." Signs like this always have a way of attracting young children, and to no surprise, a boy saw the sign and approached the owner. "How much are you going to sell the puppies for?" he asked. The store owner replied, "Anywhere from $30 to $50. The little boy pulled out some change from his pocket. "I have $2.37, he said. "Could I please see them?" The shop owner smiled and whistled. Out of the kennel came Lady, who ran down the aisle of his shop, followed by 5 teeny tiny balls of fur. One puppy was lagging considerably behind. Immediately, the little boy singled out the lagging, limping puppy and said, "What's wrong with him?" The shop owner explained that the veterinarian had examined the puppy and discovered that it didn't have a hip socket. It would always limp. It would always be lame. The little boy became excited. "That's the puppy I want to buy." The shop owner said, "No, you don't want to buy that little dog. If you really want him, I'll just give him to you." The little boy got quite upset. He looked straight into the store owner's eyes, pointing his finger, and said, "I don't want you to give him to me. That little dog is worth every bit as much as all the other dogs, and I'll pay full price. In fact, I'll give you $2.37 now and 50 cents a month until I have him paid for." The shop owner countered, "You really don't want to buy this little dog. He's never going to be able to run and jump and play with you like the other puppies." To his surprise, the little boy reached down, rolled up his pant leg to reveal a badly twisted, impaired left leg supported by a big metal brace. He looked up at the shop owner and softly replied, "Well, I don't run so well myself, and the little puppy will need someone who understands." So our topic this morning has been cultivating a culture of dignity. And there is dignity when a little boy recognizes that his puppy is worth the same as all the others, as is he as a child. There is dignity when the boys on the baseball team recognize another for his worth and step up to give it to him. There is dignity when a young man is so proud of his father that he can't keep back the tears. Every person is a unique individual with a unique experience, and we all deserve to be seen through that lens of wholeness. And when you and I can see through that lens and act from it, then that culture of dignity is alive and well, and truly, each and every individual is welcome here. Thank you. Namaste.
All right, so if you would like to stand for this song, you are more than welcome to do so. This one is really fun. This was written by one of our new thought buddies, Richard McDeesey. I'm ready, willing, and worthy to open my heart and receive all of the heavenly blessings there for me when I believe. I'm ready, willing, and worthy, and that's all I have to be. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, Spirit's able to bless me, yes. Once there was a poor man who lived a simple life. Now stood before his maker, asking why he'd been passed by. He was led into a storeroom full of dreams and riches past. It was all there for the taking. All he had to do was ask. That's right. And so I'm ready, willing, and worthy to open my heart and receive all of the heavenly blessings there for me when I believe. I'm ready, willing, and worthy, and that's all I have to be. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, Spirit's able to bless me.
Thank you. It's a fun song.
I love that.
Thank you so much. It's time for our offering. We had our board meeting last Wednesday, and our tithe, which is 10% of our Sunday offerings, 10% of what you give, was a little over $500, and we gave it to the youth at the Apostolic Church, because they have, every year they have a retreat, and it's this week, so we wanted to help. They had asked us to buy snacks and stuff, but it came a little too late, so I couldn't get it announced. So instead of doing that, we gave them $500. I called Pastor Mauricio. He was so delighted, and we need to put him on our prayer list because he is recovering from surgery. He has a colostomy bag, and they're getting ready to switch it back so he can feel a bit more normal. So please include him, Pastor Mauricio, in your prayers this week. So, will you join me in our offering affirmation? My gift goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I share generously of my good, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. And thank each and every one of you. Your generosity allows us to be a beneficial presence. I mean, we helped a bunch of kids have a good time. I'm just so grateful to be a part of this center and a part of, I've just seen and heard all of the outpourings of love. I know Regis had tears in her eyes when she said how grateful she was to all of us who've helped her. And I just know that this is the community that we are, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. So let's just close this out in prayer, and then please join us for refreshments, quick refreshments, and then out front for pictures, okay? We haven't had this little trifle brochure for a long time. And so we're in the process, by the way, of renewing our signage here so that we look more like a campus instead of, what we are now. It's going to be really beautiful. And so we're going to make this brochure more of a campus brochure and include Ooh La La and the salon so that people know who we are as a whole group. Isn't that great? Yeah, it's going to be very pretty. I'm so grateful to Wanda, who's offered to help take pictures of everything, and so we're going to have a really nice one, hopefully before the next board meeting. I don't want Don to get mad at me. Okay, now let's pray. I know that there is one divine intelligence that is seen and manifested through all creation. And I know that all creation is perfect. So I speak my word for that perfection to manifest in every unique and possible way that it can. I give thanks for the opportunity to be a part of this teaching and to know that the words that we speak from our heart have power. So I speak my word for every place where there is unrest. I speak my word for every family who is experiencing unrest. And I speak my word for each one of us as we go about this day to know that you and I are cultivating a culture of dignity. I allow these words into that law of mind to do its perfect work as we say together, and so it is. Thank you, and may we stand and sing Stand.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are living a new world now. So let there be peace.